Alright. I'm back in the meth end of town. I'm fucking digging this Copenhagen snuff. This is pretty boss for, I don't know, it's kind of boss to get a gift like that. I haven't had this in so long. I haven't had this dip in fucking probably since 1998. But, we're gonna pack a little pincharoo here. I'll tell you, if you do ever get into snuffing, this is the granddaddy. This is like the holy grail of dips. Like, there's nothing like it. Nothing tastes like it. Or maybe the Copenhagen long cut does. I don't know. I haven't had that since, I think I bought that once in 97 or 96 or something. But whatever. I wanted to give you some band history. Since we're releasing this Hurricane Charlie album, probably tomorrow. Hurricane Charlie is me and my good friend Jill Stabley playing the drums. We play blues-based garage rock, punk rock kind of stuff. It's very simple music, very raw, very organic. You know what I mean? And it's just the two of us. Now, the evolution of that band started as a band I had that was just called the Pat Walsh Band. We had a gig. It was my friend Ian Osborne on the bass, my friend Scott Mucklow, who is a guitar player in this other band, the Jackson Sanatorium I had. And he played the drums. He was just learning how to play the drums, so he was perfect for what we needed. And we had this gig. We played, whatever we played. And then we decided we needed a name better than the Pat Walsh Band. So Scotty used to drive us around in his Dodge Diplomat, and that's why we called the band the Diplomats, because I thought it was cool. We didn't know there was a bunch of other bands called the Diplomats, but whatever, who cares? So, so we played, and we would play primarily in town at the Gorn Theater, which is one of the finest musical venues in Canada, having played a lot of the good musical venues in Canada. It's great, but that's where I used to work beneath it, and that's where we played all the time. And we would always play with high school bands. That was our mandate, because we were all older, like, I don't know, I was around 30 at this time. Ian's probably got 10, 20 years on me at least, like probably 15 years, something like that. I don't know how old he is. And Jill's about my age too. Or no, sorry, Scott was about a year younger than me. Scotty moved to Montreal. He just kind of up and left. And so we needed a drummer. So Ian and I were hanging out, having a coffee one morning, and it came up, and Jill was sitting with us. She was doing a lot of work at the time with the sound at the Gordon Best, and she said, "Hey, I'll play." And we were like, "Oh, okay, great." She turned out to be the best drummer we could have ever asked for. She's phenomenal. So we play these gigs, and it was our mandate to kind of bridge the generation gap. We always played with high school bands, because our theory was, we want the respect of the younger musicians. We want the younger musicians to know that we respect them, so, and like, when I go and play a gig, none of my friends come, barely any of my friends come. Some of them do. Sorry, but it's you don't get a good crowd for sure of your peers, but when you play with high school bands, you get 300 fucking kids who are just there to rock, and so we play with these younger bands like Riddle and Milkshake and the Kung Futons, and fuck, there was so many of them. 10 beers after. And, yeah, so we'd play with them, and then we'd play, and it was great fun. And all my musician friends my age would be like, why do you play with these high school bands all the time? Why do you play with all these kids? And I'm like, who knows rock and roll better than a fucking 17-year-old kid? You know, remember when you were in high school, all that mattered was going to see bands play? That's what these kids are at. So I'll take that crowd, you know, and it was great. And it paid off because, you know, a lot of these kids are in great bands now, bands way better than I've ever been in. And they remember us, and they remember that. You know, they remember that, and that's good. You know, I'm glad for that. So, yeah, we played all these gigs at the Gorn Best. And then things kind of just felt like I got married and had a kid, had a business. I go up in a little restaurant. Things got busy, so things kind of came to a close. We made a CD called Damage Baby that I still have tons of. And things kind of came to a close for us. And a few years later, after my son was a couple years old, things had settled down a bit in my life. Ian and I decided to start the band again. So we got Jill on board, started playing again. It was fucking awesome. It was just the first gig we played was voodoo, man. It was fucking at the Spill. Fucking great crowd. There's some videos of it up on one of the playlists here, the Diplomat's playlist or something like that. And we also had Jill had kids too, so she couldn't play with us all the time. She was very busy. So we had a kind of my friend Emmett played drums with us as well. So they kind of half and halved it. You know, if Jill couldn't make it, Emmett could. You know, and when we recorded again a second CD, which I believe is called "My Memory Is a Lie," but I'm not too sure. But they each played on half of it. Anyhow, for some reason, unbeknownst to all, Ian decided he wanted to quit the band again. And he did. And that's okay. Oh, we also recorded this 7-inch too with our friends Sun Rahrah, who I played tambourine for actually. But yeah, we made a 7-inch record. This was a dream of mine to be on vinyl. So we did that. But anyhow, so Ian left the band. A few more years went by. Jill and I decided we were going stir crazy. You know, we didn't have much going on. She said, hey, let's start playing again, you and me. And so that's what we started doing. And just the two of us. And now the sound we have, where before we were definitely like like we never rehearsed, but we were a very structured power trio kind of band, you know, like an AC/DC sounding kind of band like that, you know. And we play these 2-hour fucking beatdown shows. I'd flip my guitar in the air, get people on stage to play guitar, and I'd sing and play harmonicas. It was crazy. But now it's much more common. Just me and Jill. We zone into each other, and it's all about us just getting a break. It's all about, we don't care if there's 5 people, 2 people, 100 people, it doesn't matter. We just do it for the fun, you know. We'll keep it live, keep it energetic, and keep it cool, you know. So, last couple of years, we got to play a Fuzz Fest, the Garage Rock Festival downtown. And this year we recorded it. And Trent Radio recorded it, actually, really good quality. So I sent it off to, Jill sent it off, actually, to our my record label, Mirkwood Recordings. And they've tweaked it and made it into our new album called Maelstrom Boogie. And I know it's ready. We're just waiting, I think, to release it tomorrow, maybe, on the radio show. But you'll be hearing some of it on the radio show tomorrow. But, yeah, the main thing I'm trying to say, as a musician, it's very important in your community, especially in a small town like Peterborough, to respect the generations. You know what I mean? I respect the older generations of people. We have a great musical heritage here. You know, Max Mouse and the Gorillas, Joe Hall, Al Black, what are they called? Washboard Hank, tons, like, just great stuff. You know, Reverend Ken, you know, lots of great old rock bands like Dave Tuff's 389, More Nasty Reds, Born Again Pagans. You know, we respect all that. We wanted the kids to respect us, and we wanted them to know that we respected them, you know, by playing with them. And I think that's really important, you know, just to build community, show encouragement to young musicians who are trying to do stuff, you know, because it's hard, man. It's hard being a musician. You know, nobody. It's hard getting a crowd. You know, it's hard selling records. So it's a gamble, man. So that's all I wanted to say is, if you're in a band and you're thinking, oh, those young punks or all whatever, don't think that. Think, let's do a gig together. You know, let's get. You know, there's a couple of guys in town who are a guy in town, Tyler Watson, who I just played with, and he's just great. And I remember his first gig. You know, he opened for me as his first gig. Couple of guys, Isaac Shute and Eric Fines. You know, I gave like they had a band called Ivanhoe. They opened up for the Diplomats. They were like 11 years old, 12 years old. Now they're doing amazing stuff. Jordan Mack in Nashville, doing music in Nashville. You know, it's like, you got to encourage, you got to show community support, and you got to remember how you felt when you were fucking 16 years old, and all that mattered was the band you were going to see on the weekend, you know, and how that felt, and how these kids still feel, you know. That's how I still feel. So I just wanted to say that. So that's all I got, really. I hope you all have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon.